Nicklas.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome back. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you out on the ice.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's nice to be back out there.
Does it? How does it feel? Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be back. I don't know where I belong. I mean, it's hard to sit out for a longer period, but I mean, it feels good to be back there. Body feels good. So now it's just getting back to game shape.
Well, I was going to say I saw an interview you did after the Flyers game on Saturday night. I would have liked those 2 points, by the way, Nicklas. Just telling you.
Yeah.
You probably would have too. The no, but I was saying where you were talking about like just from a health perspective, the hip specifically, that you feel good, but like you said, it's just kind of getting back into game shape and getting a couple more games under your belt as the season goes on to kind of like really feel like you're back to 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think that's probably the tough part about coming back mid-season too. I mean, you're skating basically by yourself. I mean, me and Tom have been skating with each other. I mean, we haven't gotten a lot of practice with the whole team, but I think that's an area that you're missing when you're out there. But hopefully we can get back on track. To 100% as soon as possible.
Hey, were you, be honest with me, Nicklas, that first game that you were back, were you nervous at all going out there?
I was so nervous.
Were you really?
I've never been this nervous in my life.
Is that just because, I mean, listen, obviously, like you said, you've been practicing, you've been skating, and, you know, like it was a big deal. It's like, okay, Nicklas isn't wearing the non-contact jersey, but it's still, nobody's lining you up at 20 miles an hour and taking a run at you. So I could imagine it'd be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think everything was pretty uncertain, and we didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, I was really nervous going into it. But then when the game started, I mean, I got involved, got a couple of hits, and fell on it many times. So I think that was a good thing, you know.
Did you make it back on the ice quicker than most people expected you to?
Probably, yeah. Because in US, yeah, but in Europe they were a little more optimistic about this kind of rehab time.
Because I want to say there was talk early on, and then we'll kind of get to the extreme part of it. But there was talk early on that if Nicklas Backstrom was going to be able to make it back, that, you know, Tom Wilson would be back in January, and we would be lucky to see Nicklas before the end of the year. And then the next thing you know, it's like I almost felt like you were ahead of Tom at some point. Is that just hard work in the gym, or was that kind of, I don't know what the difference is between in the U.S. and the European part. That part I don't understand. But had you always targeted this date?
Yeah, I mean, I think going into rehab like this, I think it's mental. I think. I mean, I was gonna try to get back as quick as possible, and but without rushing, obviously. And I mean, I think a lot of, or at least my doctor, he told me 6 months and you're good to go. So that's what I was aiming at, and that's what I've always been aiming at. But obviously, if you ask people that doesn't know this surgery that well and hasn't experienced athletes with it, they will probably, to be on the safe side, say a little bit longer. So it's just yeah, it depends on who you talk to, I guess. But I mean, all I can say is right now I'm back playing, feeling great, and it's just time to get going, you know?
Right. Hey, just one last thing about that, though, Nicklas. There were a lot of people that said that said nobody will ever come back from an injury like this. And there were a lot of people who were like, almost like, well, let's just pat Nicklas on the back and go, you know what? Good on him. He's going to give it a try. But people don't come back from this. And you've kind of become a case study of other athletes, not just hockey players, who are going, well, wait a minute. If this guy can make it back and get out on the ice and play again, back into his sport, why would anybody else who has to go through this kind of hip surgery not be able to get back out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the reasons too that I thought about. I didn't think about it before the surgery, but obviously mid-surgery when I started feeling really good again, I was like, hopefully this can inspire other people that has these issues. And I mean, I think that's something that drove me through my rehab, though. I mean, a lot of people probably didn't expect me to be back out there, and I wanted to prove to those people that yeah, I mean, for the love of the game, I want to get back out there, and here I am.
You know what's amazing? Like they show Nicklas, the Caps put out a video, like kind of the welcome back video, to welcome, Backstrom's back and the whole deal. And they show like a couple of clips of you doing like rehab and stuff. Dude, that's no joke.
No, I mean, it's been some crazy months, but I mean, it's all for a good cause, right? So I mean, we worked really hard in the gym and making sure I get the strength back. So I mean, it's been a great journey, but obviously it's nice to be back out there and play hockey.
Hey, was it fun at least getting to go on the road with the team for a little bit, especially as Ovi was kind of tracking down 800, 801, and 802? Yeah,
that was incredible, and I would be really mad if we missed that one. So and that was awesome. I mean, being part of that, just watch it live and be part of it in the locker room. It was unbelievable, and I'm so happy for that dude.
Were you a little bit pissy though? That, I mean, obviously, I feel like the obvious answer is yes. That you weren't on the ice dishing it over to him to pop it in the net.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm just happy for him that he reached it. Doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, guys that did pass it to him, they're probably proud of it, but it's no hard feelings for me,
Is everybody happy on the team to see you back, or are people going like, "Oh, great, now we got a line juggle"?
I don't know. I mean, in our team, I mean, I think as a group, I mean, we stick together no matter what, and whoever is in and out in the lineup, I mean, we're accepting it and we're working through it. But I mean, I'm sure reporters and stuff are having fun writing about who's in and out of the lineup right now.
Hey, can I ask you this? And if you can't say, that's fine. But like for you and Wilson both, you're back. You've got a couple of games under your belt. You're in Long Island for a game against the Islanders tonight, and then back home against the Wild tomorrow night. Is it? Are you healthy enough to go back-to-back nights?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Good for you. By the way, we need points like crazy. Could the Metro be any tighter right now?
I know. I've seen that. So we need to start playing like we did in December there. So hopefully we can figure this out and start playing the way we did, because that was a good style of hockey.
Is it too early to start standings watching, or are we at that point of the season where we have to?
No, but I think everyone watches where we're at, and I think that's good too, because you need to be aware where you're at, and obviously as a team, I mean, you're trying to build and play as good as possible and collect points, because you want to be in a good spot going forward here, because that's the playoff. That's where we want to be.
All right, couple quick ones. Number one, do you think Tom and Ryan Reeves drop the gloves tomorrow night and get Wilson his first fight back?
I don't think so.
All right,
but I might be wrong.
What was worse, your hip injury or John Carlson's ear?
Oof, John Carlson's ear. That was scary.
Scary seeing him get it, but did you see the ear flapping or no?
No, I was up in the press box.
I just didn't know, like, if at that point, like, guys like head down to the locker room to like go check on him.
Oh yeah, well, we didn't have access to that room.
I gotcha. But other than that, I feel like then we won't even worry about March. We'll worry about March 3rd when it starts getting close. But it is one of those little interesting times where if you look at, like you said, the team was on a tear in December, had really, really started making a run. And then as teams start figuring out what they have to do for the second half, getting somebody like you, getting somebody like Tom Wilson back you would never be able to find that out on the market. It really sets us up for a nice second half of the season.
I hope so.
I mean, at least that's what we're all counting on.
Yeah, I mean, that's for everyone in the locker room believes. I mean, we're a great group in here, and I mean, we're going to do everything we can to be as good as we can. I mean, we need points, and that's where our head's at.
Well, let's start by picking up 2 tonight against the Islanders. We'll pick up another 2 tomorrow night against the Wild. Nicklas, it is great to have you back on the ice. It's great to have Tom back as well, and I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow night, my friend.
See you tomorrow night.